And welcome, everybody, to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. Oh, it's been 2 weeks since we've been on last, but if you've been following the feed, you haven't been left empty. There has been several On the Road Again segments that have gone off, and that segment is actually starting to get some feedback, which I always appreciate, as well as there has been some Facebook posts, one of which tonight has generated a lot of traffic. So we always appreciate people interacting. Mike, I don't think either one of us thought that it would be as big as it has become.
That makes two of us.
So it was very, I don't even know. I think I saw a headline, and that kind of started the conversation. And the conversation, which we'll get into around about 7:30 Eastern, is which way is the correct way to put toilet paper on the toilet paper roll holder. If you want to get your vote in, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/PTR Radio, and it's one of the first posts. So you can lodge your vote now, and you can even join into the discussion, which is a lengthy discussion. We always appreciate it if you also share that post so that we can get even more people involved in this national debate, which I think is on the minds of every citizen in the U.S. What do you think?
Apparently, citizens of the United States care more about toilet paper rolls than politics.
Yeah, well, I think this is something that we can agree there's black or white. There are no shades of gray. So,
That's not true.
Well, there are, and maybe we'll get into those once we discuss it here in about 30 minutes. But for right now, it's been a couple weeks, so I think it's probably time that we find out what we've all been up to. So, Colin, what has been going on in your life?
Oh,
hold before you get started on that, I issued a challenge to us this week, folks. So until the last half hour of the show, we are going to try and avoid getting in-depth television and movie news and topics.
And I have no problem with that challenge.
Yeah. So if tonight's show is a little bit different than the last couple weeks, it's because I noticed that we kind of got into a little bit of a rut, where we started talking every single week about 80s TV shows that they were going to remake that pissed us off. So I thought, let's try and do a show where we don't talk about it until we talk about the horrible movies that we watched.
Listen, 80s TV shows that they're going to remake, we could do an entire year on that.
Yeah.
So let's get Colin. What have you been up to?
Let's see. I had a air conditioner go out on me.
Oh no! This is not good weather for that.
No, it wasn't. So I ended up camping out with my parents for a couple nights.
I hear there's this thing called global warming. Everywhere's hot.
Especially that week.
Oh.
That was last week.
It has been ridiculous around here. But not as ridiculous as other parts. I heard in Africa it actually reached 128 degrees.
Yes, but was it humid?
I don't know.
Was it a dry heat?
At 128 it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's dry or sopping wet. That's hot.
Yeah.
And it got what? The heat index, whatever that is, all I know is when it feels hot, it's hot. Around here, it was going anywhere between, 105 and 108 some days?
Yeah. See, it actually does matter to me because I don't mind the heat so much as I mind the sweat.
Well, I mind when I walk outside and it feels like somebody slapped me in the face.
See, all right, I hate to make a movie reference here, but I'm just going to make a reference. It got so hot here a couple of days that I felt like Braz going to manually decouple sections of all right,
of Virgil.
Like that scene where he opens the door and just all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it felt like going outside.
That is, and if you haven't seen that, you need to see it.
The movie's The Core, by the way.
Yes, that is exactly what it feels like.
Yes.
100%, and it's ridiculous. And I went to the trouble of installing like netting on my pergola to try and help the situation, to try and give a little bit of shade while not blocking the breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it on the top and then on the front because, the sun goes right over my house. So front yard to backyard, and helps a little bit, but not nearly enough. It gives you like SPF 3. All right. That's what it does.
You need to put a shade sail up there.
Well, this is what I could buy at Harbor Freight.
Okay.
This is what I could buy. And it was so bad. It was one of those things where, hey, you get 20% off one item. Woman, you're going with me to Harbor Freight because I need your 20% and my 20%. And I'm going to call a couple other people and get their 20%. Harbor Freight's not the best stuff. It is the cheapest.
Yeah.
So
it's the best Chinese crap you can buy.
It is, and soon the tariffs are going to kick in, and it'll be more expensive.
It's the best Chinese stuff you could buy that you can get in a reasonable time frame.
Oh yeah,
if Shaggy wanted better Chinese stuff, he could have ordered off a Wish and would have had it by the winter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe. Have you heard now that a lot of Wish orders they're not getting what they ordered?
Yes,
I can happily say that I finally got my car charger.
Oh!
And it was exactly what I ordered.
Well, lucky you. I hear that is not the normal. Like, somebody ordered a 1080 Ti graphics card. Mm-hmm. Like, they thought, oh, good deal, $460, whereas they're normally selling for, what, $1,300 right now? Yeah, what they got was a PCI VGA video card.
Oh, my favorite is I saw they found on Wish laptop computers.
I keep getting posts for those $75 laptop computer. You'll never believe the deal.
They found it for $8.
Whoa!
So they bought like 15 $8 laptop computers. And the package finally arrived from Wish.
Okay.
They were...
Was it the old school organizers that we all wanted when we were like, 7, 8? No,
it's those little clips that you can put on your table to put cords through.
Oh.
It was completely not laptop. So it was not even someone could consider this a laptop in some weird dictionary.
Maybe they just dropped the word organizer. No, cable organizer.
This was we're sending them a package so that Wish knows we sent them a package, but it's really just some cheap dollar store crap.
Yeah.
It's just random.
Yeah, I don't trust that because you're right, Mike. It takes like at least 60 days to get whatever you order because I don't even think they put it on the slow boat. I think they put it on the rowboat.
I told you that last show.
And
when I told you I was waiting for this stuff, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I finally got that Zulily order. Finally got that.
My wife kept harping on me every day. She's like, where are my sandals? Where are my sandals? Where are my sandals?
You'll get them by winter.
I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, we just ordered it 45 days ago. What are you expecting?
He's picking Amazon?
See, it's coming from Shenzhen. I mean, it's going to take forever.
No, now I learned on Zulily, you only buy stuff if it has the little rocket.
Yeah, and they've got the little speedy truck on Wish.
Right. Well, yeah, the speedy truck don't mean crap.
It's supposed to mean U.S. distributor, but I don't think it does.
That means...
I'll tell you what I didn't check. I did not check Wish to see if they sell air conditioners.
I bet they do. But I bet you'll end up with one of those like desktop swamp cooler things.
Yeah.
I will say, my new air conditioner, I did buy from Amazon.
Really?
Yep.
Did you buy a window unit?
No, it's one of those. My central air has been out for years. I don't use the central air. I use one of those portable air conditioners with the hoses that go to the window.
Oh, okay. I thought about getting one of those for in here, but then I thought, no, I'll just ruin my window.
Because I didn't want a window unit sticking out the front of my house.
That's why the wife said, I don't want an air conditioner sticking out of the front of my house. And I said, well, I guess I'm moving downstairs so that it can stick out the back of the house then. Because I want my own air conditioner. I have central air, but I want an air conditioner for my room.
So yeah, I got a 100-pound portable air conditioner delivered 2-day Prime from Amazon.
But you didn't spring for next day?
No, that was like $76.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, as long as it comes on Tuesday, because this was the day before the 4th.
Okay, so yeah.
There's other ones. So yes, I can buy this one, or this one. Most of them will be delivered the day after the 4th, but this one will be delivered the day before the 4th. So that's the one that won.
I'll tell you what, the 4th did screw up some shipping for me. Now, I think I've talked about it on the show. We signed up, my wife and I signed up for this program called Home Chef. All right?
Yep.
And Mike, did I send you a link for some free food? We'll talk about that here in a second. They've been great, by the way. I really like all the stuff, and it's great for if you just have two people. I can't imagine a family actually doing this service, but for two people, it's great. And in fact, if you listen to one of the On the Road Again segments, the one titled "What's an Argument Worth?" My answer is $60 a week, because that's what Home Chef costs for 3 meals, and that's 3 less times I have to answer, "What do you want for dinner?" So this is perfect. I am a big advocate, except for this last week. The 4th of July really screwed up their shipping, evidently, because FedEx delivers their meals. My meal was supposed to be here on Tuesday. It didn't make it on Tuesday. They were closed on Wednesday. So by the time the food got here on Thursday, it wasn't any good.
Yeah.
All right. So that meant I had to do a week of what do you want for dinner? And never have I, in retrospect, appreciated a company so much. Because I forgot what hell it is to answer what do you want for dinner until last week.
Well, I told you, I'm sure I've talked about it on the show a couple of years ago. We had really bad snow and UPS was backed up for a couple of days, what have you. Well, we got a box of rancid meat.
Oh.
And it turns out that my neighbor across the street tried to send Kim and I an exotic meats sampler for Christmas.
Oh, that's no good.
I wasn't home. She got the box, opened it up, and it's rancid antelope sausage and elk medallions, and I think camel's hump. I don't know.
Did she think it was a prank?
We thought it was some kind of joke. We went on this fact-finding mission. I finally had to call the place and tell them, and I said, "Look, who sent this order?" Because there was no gift label, no nothing on it. And I finally got to tell my neighbor. I was like, "Look, dude, do a chargeback, man, because this is terrible."
Yeah,
yeah. So
but thank you. I actually had a similar thing. I had ordered an Ethernet cable, Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
June
How does
20th.
an Ethernet cable go bad?
I don't know how it goes rancid, but we're going to find out.
But it didn't go rancid, but it did start in Wisconsin, and then it went to Illinois, and then it went to Arkansas.
Yep.
And then it went to Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came to Illinois, and then sat there at UPS for 3 days before they finally delivered it. The UPS driver...
Didn't it go to Springfield, Kentucky at any point? Because
No.
a lot of times they'll go there.
So the UPS driver said, "So did they call you yesterday about this package?" And I'm like, "No." And he was really put out about it because apparently there was a big hole in the package.
Oh, yeah.
So they took it back and called Amazon and made sure that everything was in there and stuff. But he told me quickly what had happened, and he was like, "Yeah, that took what? 25 seconds to explain it?" I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Yeah." Basically, his point was they could have called me, taken the 25 seconds to explain it.
Yeah.
And then I would have been wondering why my 2-day Amazon package was now a week and a half late.
Yeah. But Mike, no, it turns out for every 5 boxes that I order from them, I get 3 free meals to send to friends.
Okay.
So I could email it out. And so I thought, well, okay, I sent one to my daughter because her and her boyfriend are living on their own now, and she's trying to learn how to cook. And, I thought, well, sometimes cooking for 2 people is hard. Sometimes it's hard to buy in those quantities. So I thought, it is sometimes. I didn't say all times. But so I sent it to them, and she actually went ahead and ordered it. So she's getting some tomorrow. And then I thought of another friend of mine here in town his kids have finally moved out. So it's just him and his wife. And then I thought, well, who else? Maybe Mike would appreciate this because it's just him and Kim. So, no obligation whatsoever. I just thought of you, thought you might be interested.
I appreciate that. I have not done it yet, but I do appreciate that. We're still burned by the whole HelloFresh thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're a little gun shy about any of this stuff, but
definitely. I tell everybody, I'm like, do your own research, check it out, see if it's something you even want to try out and go from there. Cause I wouldn't want anybody to try and get into something just because I said something.
So we're talking about the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I took Thursday and Friday off last week. my intention was there are some boards on our deck that had to be replaced. I said, okay. Thursday and Friday, I'll be able to do that. 2 days, no problem. I had, like 8 boards I had to replace? Okay. That'll be no problem. After I schedule the time off and plan to do this, Friday is going to be raining all day. Well, I'm not going to be out there with my power tools in the rain. So I have to start doing this on Thursday. Why does this all have to get done? Because we have the town-wide bulk pickup on Wednesday of this week. So all of the other lumber has to go out.
Yeah.
Now, Thursday wound up being the hottest day in creation to do this.
Yep.
A couple of my friends, one of which is now an ex-friend, their ears must have been on fire because I cursed them to high heaven for not heeding my wishes about using the guide on the screw gun when assembling the deck originally, because I couldn't see the heads of the screws to get them out.
Oh, they sunk them too far.
Took me twice as long to replace, to get the boards out as it did to put them in, put the new ones in. I also learned that same idiot friend I am no longer friends with should not have listened to him when on his recommended spacing of the deck boards. Now I got a rotting joist.
Isn't the recommended spacing just you take a carpenter's pencil and that's how far in between they should go at most? Sometimes it's just one of the nails?
Yes. His recommended spacing was not at all.
Oh my goodness, no. That's a horrible idea.
I have a rotting joist now. So I had to sister up wood because I'm not taking all the boards off to replace this joist. That's not happening.
No.
End of story. No. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to put new joists in and I'm going to replace everything with Trex. Okay? Yeah. Let's be done with it.
Yep, composite decking, call it done.
I drilled cross ventilation through joists so that, like holes, so that I could get airflow in there. At the end, I went on Amazon, not Wish, not Zulily, not anything that is going to be here in 9,000 years, to buy little screen vents that I can actually put into the boards to help stimulate airflow. So, yeah, while we're talking about sweat, when you're out there working in this kind of heat and you take your shirt off, and as you're holding your shirt, it's just dripping.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enjoyable.
No.
Yeah.
No. What's less enjoyable is being respectful of your neighbors and not taking your shirt off. Because they don't want to see that.
In my backyard, none of my neighbors would. The house next to me is still vacant, thanks to, the old man still kicking it in the nursing home. And I guess the kids can't sell until he dies. So that's how I'm going to find out he died, is when the for sale sign goes up on the lawn. And then the neighbors behind us have the easement, so there are 50 feet plus 1,000 trees that aren't ours, but all the leaves fall in our yard, so I guess we own the leaves, not the branches.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Lord. So Mama Blair just wrote in.
Uh-huh.
Having read your intro/synopsis for this episode, I think you could use my editing skills.
Probably. That's what happens when you have 30 seconds till you're supposed to go on, and you just quickly type into the box that has no spell checking or grammar checking. I really need to try and do this a little bit earlier before the show. Thank goodness it lets you edit after the fact. So, but yeah. How many words did I misspell?
Well, it's cover more news and you can shack a stick it.
Well, how many sticks can you shack? And
as always, we do the double effer movie review.
Well, how bad are these movies? So sometimes, we would like to say the F word to the movies.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah. Last show, we did. So.
Kill it with fire.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. That was. Well, maybe that'll get us more hits. Who knows? You never know how many people are watching. What type of keywords they're going to go off of? Oh. But hey, at least we've got Facebook back up and running so that you can monitor things again, Mike.
Oh wait, do we?
Yes, we do.
Oh, all right. Because I had the stream open in a tab, and I'm watching on the.
Oh no! Now you should be able to watch everything again.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll leave the stream open because this way I can go back in and comment.
Yeah.
To let people know we're watching.
Yeah. So, but yeah. No, I am not good at English. I will just tell you that I'm not good at proofreading, and no, 3 or 4 takes at a good thing. That's sometimes why the On the Road Agains takes so long to put up, is because I take so long to just write up the stupid descriptions.
Oh, so I forgot. Finish my story here.
Yeah.
So Thursday, I actually only got 2 boards done.
Oh.
Yesterday was when I did the other 6. I still have 2 more to do.
So you got better.
And that was an all-day affair. Now, this is where it gets janky.
Okay.
At one point, I'm trying to remove one of these horrifically countersunk screws. The screw is stripped out. I can still see the points of the star from the from the Torx drive.
Yep.
I actually came out there with my cordless Dremel and a reaming bit and bored the out around the screw and down to the screw head.
Mm-hmm.
I take the bit out of my impact driver and go to hit it with my hammer to try and drive it into the screw.
Mm-hmm.
Bit goes flying into the ivy across the fence.
Of course it does.
I sat there and I go, well, that bit's gone forever.
Better than in the grass and the mower finds it later.
So I gotta go to Home Depot. I buy new bits. I buy another pair of vice grips because a couple of them I was able to get around and latch onto the vice grips and turn it to get the screw out by hand. Finally get down. I'm doing the last board. I have to shave this one because there was a bunch in a row, and I put spacing, so I knew I was going to have to cut this board down.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being the smart engineer and just going into the garage and getting my power planer to evenly plane down the board, I had ordered a rip fence for my circular saw. My circular saw was already out there. Okay, got the rip fence. The rip fence arrived yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Or I said, great, got the rip fence. Put that in, line it up, figure it out, go to cut, zing, ching. I look up, cut the fucking cord. Sorry.
That so sounds like something I do.
I sat there for about 3 minutes just staring at it like, this did not just happen. Put the saw down, walked over, unplugged the extension cord.
Yep.
Threw the extension cord.
As one would do.
Went inside, cursing up a storm. Then went into the garage to get the hand planer. Luckily, I was able to go online and find just a replacement cord and the instructions on how to replace it. So I felt better knowing that I'm not the first idiot in the world that's ever done this.
Now, for a second, did you think about just buying like a female end and a male end and just making your own, so that your saw had like a 12-inch cable on it, and then you make your own extension cord out of the rest of the cord?
No. That thought never crossed my mind.
See, because that's something I would have thought of.
The blood was in my ears. I was so angry. Then to add insult to injury, after all of this is said and done, we had a wooden staircase that served as the entrance to our pool.
Mm-hmm.
We took that down, and all the wood was stacked in the yard. We just got a regular old pool ladder. So not only did I have to put all of the lumber I removed from the deck out, but I also had to put all of the lumber from the steps, along with other stuff that was going out. And this is after sweating and killing myself and ready to, and luckily not electrocuting myself. Yeah, I was exhausted. And if I doze off during the show today, I'm sorry.
So, speaking of tools and stuff, there is a tool recommendation I'd like to give.
Okay.
That's the Black & Decker lithium-ion cordless screwdriver, model BDCS40BI.
Okay.
This is a
BCS40
rechargeable screwdriver.
BI.
Yeah. This particular tool has one of the greatest things ever in a rechargeable tool. And that is, it recharges using a micro USB.
I've seen several of those out there. Which one are we talking about? This one?
No. Okay.
So you don't have to remember which is the particular power cord for this particular... I think it's... Yeah,
that one.
You don't have to remember which is the particular cord for that particular device. You can plug it into any phone charger before the current... any of your old phone chargers you have laying around.
Oh, it swivels. Okay.
Oh, and it swivels too, yes. It was important for my father because his main drill is just a drill now. He doesn't have a clutch on it. So he was stripping out screws really quick. So I found this thing for him. Because, he loses power cords. As do we all.
Does it support quick charge?
It charges pretty quick. Actually, we haven't had it run down yet. So
okay.
We're not sure exactly how long it takes to recharge.
How much is this?
From Lowe's, it is $29.97.
Well, from I don't care about Lowe's.
And it comes with a little box of bits and screws and stuff.
I don't care about those. I have a. I got an entire. When I went to buy the replacement T25 bit, which by the way was one of those long Bama Jammas, right? Which is mistake number one to have because that just gives whoever's using the thing more incentive to go deeper with it.
Yeah.
But when I went to Home Depot, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, $6 for a replacement long reach T25 or $12 for a pack of 20 that are about half the... Give me the pack of 20.
Yeah, I bought that for my deck when I started working on mine. I'm like, nope, I want the box. By the way,
then I bought the deck screws that have not only the threads at the bottom, but has extra little threads up top so that it grabs the board once it pulls through. It's not just the head that's pulling the board down. There's threads on it.
But so this one looks like it would be kind of good just to throw in a tool bag or whatever. So yeah, I might grab one myself for the price. People either love this or hate this product, by the way. Although people hate it for the most stupid reason. It has 3 reviews on the Black & Decker site itself, 2 with 5 stars and 1 with 1 star. Nothing else in the middle. Okay. So out of 3 reviews, it's 2-1. The person with the 1-star review, sure hope the send me one when I ask. I would have never purchased if I didn't have a flathead attachment. So he's complaining that he didn't get a flathead screwdriver bit with this. Okay.
I have found... All right, so on Amazon, the reviews are 63% are 5-star reviews out of 204 reviews. However, I'm also finding other USB rechargeable ones. So...
Yeah.
Well, I found other rechargeable ones that were I mean, other Black & Decker ones or other brands?
Other brands. Because the micro USB charging, that is brilliant. That really is. And I really wish that manufacturers would all get on the same page and standardize with these chargers. Because, look, I don't want to... I'm sure you're like this. I'm sure you're like this. I'm trying not to turn into the old man that keeps every power cord ever made.
Oh, yeah.
All right? I can't tell... I have more computer power cords than I've had computers in my entire life. Why? Because everything uses them now.
Yeah.
I have a Rubbermaid tub full of transformers, of wall warts. Because I don't know. Do I need 12 volts, 300 milliamps? Do I need 12 volts, an amp? Do I need 48 volts? Do I need, 7 volts? Do I need, what the hell do I need? And unfortunately, not every product actually has it written on there what the hell they need, which sucks. Do I need this size barrel or that size barrel? Or do I need, God forbid, a square barrel?
No, what's even better is they're all Pawak or Chung Li or Unga. There is no, it's very rare. Like if I find a wall wart that says brother, I'm so excited because I know what that goes to.
Or Netgear.
I only have a couple of those. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Right?
If I find one that says Netgear or D-Link, I'm happy. Because I know what that goes to.
Yeah.
Marcy Irvin's writing in saying, I'm a DeWalt girl. And look, DeWalt makes good products, but let me just be clear about something. DeWalt and Black & Decker, I believe, are owned by the same company.
They are the same company.
From what I understand, Black & Decker is the residential. It's the handyman version, and DeWalt is the professional brand.
Yes.
So you're just getting a little bit less caliber by going with by Black & Decker than you are with DeWalt.
Now,
and honestly, neither one of them I would go with. I'd go with Porter Cable, or now I'm looking at going to Cobalt.
No,
you're a Ryobi guy, aren't you?
No, I'm a Rigid guy.
Rigid? I thought you were Ryobi.
I was until the batteries stopped holding the charge, and I said, "Well, screw this. For the price of the batteries, I'm going to replace them with the Rigid tools that come with the lifetime warranty."
Oh,
on both the tools and the batteries.
Well,
so the batteries go bad. As long as you register it with the site, you just got to go to the service center and say, "Hey, my battery's bad," and they go, "Okay, here's a new one."
Okay.
So that's what sold me on the Rigid.
How come
tools.
those look like Triton tools? Boy, those look just like the Triton ones that I've seen.
Well, remember, so many of these companies all make the same stuff.
I mean, the color's the same. So,
Greg's writing in saying Craftsman. Yeah, it's like Squire versus Fender. That's a good comparison there. Or for if you're a car guy, it's like Honda versus Acura.
Yeah.
Or Nissan versus Infiniti. Okay, they all look under the hood. It's all the same. Paying for a little bit different features or luxury, whatever.
Yeah. So so Craftsman is also Black & Decker for the power tools.
Yeah.
So Stanley, Black & Decker, DeWalt, Porter Cable, Bostitch, Proto, Mag Tools, Facom, Vidmar, Powers, Lista, Sidchrome, and Craftsman are all made by Stanley Black & Decker.
Yeah, so it's all just a difference in the quality of parts that they put into it. So, but yeah. So, it's just, like I said, it's what you want. Triton's a good brand, but relatively new to the U.S., so that's what I was looking at there. Because I've seen their stuff used by several YouTubers, so I was curious about them. Triton. Triton. But yeah, no, I mean, if you live and die by your tools, you're going to buy whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you can afford. You're going to buy the best that you can afford because tools are one place where, unfortunately, the better they are, the more they cost. I mean, you're not going to find something that's cheap that works really well. It's just not going to happen. Unless you're talking about hammers, screwdrivers. hand tools, there's not a whole lot of a difference there, except for maybe in the handle or something like that, where it's a lot of it's personal preference anyway.
Okay, so you were saying rigid?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, rigid's being made by TTI, so that's AEG, Milwaukee, Hart, Ryobi, and Stiletto. And Hoover.
And Dirt Devil.
Dirt Devil.
There you go, Mike. So,
now, one thing to be careful is since so many of these tools are making stuff for so many different things. So, like the company that makes Cobalt power tools does not make the Cobalt home and garden tools,
right?
Which is why the Cobalt power tools are good.
Mm-hmm.
The Cobalt home and garden tools are terrible.
Right, and you can't actually even draw a direct comparison between their plug-in tools and their cordless, because sometimes those are made by different manufacturers as well.
Right.
So, in the end, it's all just cheap Chinese stuff, which is going to start costing us a lot more money, is what it comes down to. Because of them their tariff wars.
Pretty soon, look, forget tariffs, all right? I'm worried about taxes, because I'm in Jersey where...
Well, don't worry about it. We're not going to have those anymore. They're going to keep lowering them until we're zero.
Not with Governor Fire Marshal Bill here in Jersey, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, but at least your federal will be zero, so you won't have to worry about that.
This guy's idea to save us from the loss of the deduction of your local... your state and property taxes is to make property taxes in New Jersey become a charitable donation, so that you could claim that deduction.
Really? Hold on, wait. Really? Your property taxes are? I wish our property taxes was a charitable donation that I could then write off. But listen, I'm not sure that would really work.
That's recursive. I write it off on my property taxes, so I get a discount. But because I got a discount and my taxes are lower, so now I have to give some of the money back. But then I get a discount.
Yeah. I'm not sure how this all works.
This guy is ready to impose a sunshine tax, for God's sakes. I mean, oh, Lord.
Wait a second. You're a day dweller. That'll be $5.
Well,
he's look, if you really want to get aggravated, if you think your governor is bad, okay, just look up Phil Murphy and see what kind of news shows up.
Wait a second. Who is the worst governor?
How many of your governors are in prison right now?
Yeah, exactly. Wait a second.
They tried to put Christie in prison.
Well, yeah, but as of December, ours was actually voted the worst.
Okay, that's fine. It's not a pissing contest here.
No, it's who's is worst.
No, and you know what? Murphy is ready to impose a toilet paper tax.
What? A toilet paper tax? A tootie toot tax?
Now,
is that what he's going to call it?
In England, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, they had a window tax.
Do what now?
Window tax. You were taxed for the number of windows in your home. If you had over 7 windows in your house, you had to pay a tax for each additional window. Which is why, when you look at houses in England from about that era, they have 7 windows. And houses that are older than that tend to have windows that have been bricked over. Something that Shaggy and I know a lot of, because that's a good way to save weatherization costs.
Yes, replace window with wall, the most efficient retrofit you can make. Our favorite one.
There's a song about that. From a window to a wall.
Now, see, what's happening here right now in Illinois is we have this is an election year. This is election year for governor. So the current governor is running ads about the Democrat running against him because
who had a phone call with the governor who's in jail.
Well, there's that one, but there's also the guy is both of them are they're billionaires. Okay, yeah. So it's a billionaire versus a billionaire.
Only in United States politics,
right?
Would a billionaire who doesn't have to really work for a living, who could just sit by and do nothing, do they want to take a job that pays them less than sitting around doing nothing?
Well, that's exactly what we got. We got a billionaire. who do out of nowhere. And the only reason he won is because the person running against him was Chris Christie's lieutenant governor. And people hated Chris Christie in the end.
And think about how bad that guy feels.
But to be fair, we do have one governor. We have one person who made his money himself, and another person who is from the Hyatt family.
Oh, Lord.
So anyway, so they're running these ads because the one guy, what he did is he bought the mansion next to his own mansion so to make sure that nobody else moved in there. And then so that he could pay less property taxes, he removed all the toilets from that house. So because with the toilets out, he could claim that it isn't inhabitable. So the property taxes went down. So
wow.
The other guy is running ads calling him the Porcelain Prince.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Flee to Tennessee. Yeah, look, as much as I would love to leave Jersey, I don't think Tennessee is where I'm going to go. I have decided we're not going. The wife and I are not going south. We're going west, and by west I mean to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, here is what Colin was talking about. This is the end of the ad that they're running right now.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, they also, up in Chicago, they have a employee of the other campaign driving around town in a plumbing truck that says, Pritzker's Porcelain Plumbing on the side.
Yeah.
That and Blagojevich impersonators who show up at all the... It's fun.
Yeah,
I hate politics. It seems like I remember the good old days when I didn't care about politics.
Yeah.
And now you can't go anywhere without politics.
It's a bad time right now.
But so religion is one thing that I swore I would never talk to people about. The Casey Anthony verdict was the second thing I put on that list, that I would never talk to people about that one, because that was as polarizing, if not more polarizing, than the OJ verdict. Politics became number 3. And number 4, toilet paper.
It does seem to be, a really big issue. I never thought that it would be this big, but it's huge. I mean, it's literally blown up,
Blown up real good.
The poop has really hit the fan.
Yes, it's amazing.
This ish got real.
You know what? What's interesting is this has had more reach than any other single thing we have ever talked about on our Facebook page. So I don't know exactly what that's meant to mean. Is everything else, should we just talk about things that go on in the bathroom?
I don't know. Between that and celebrity deaths, because there was one time where we were like one of the first pages to actually post a celebrity death.
Yeah.
And somehow we got a reach of like 7,000 people.
Yeah. It is, it is kind of remarkable. So,
Mama Blair's right. It's a tissue issue.
All right.
So Lola, let's just go ahead.
So let's reset. So what I asked was, what is the correct way to put toilet paper on a roll? Okay? Because there's 2 regularly accepted answers. Okay? There is one with the paper hanging off the front. Okay? The loose end hanging off the front. And another one with the loose end hanging off the back. Okay? So over or under. That's your answers. Oh, I know. I didn't. Okay, so here is what we asked. We asked, check the box. Which one do you want? Do you want over? Do you want under? And please share. So far, we've had 31 votes in. 280 people have reached. So thank you for everybody that has shared this. We're not going to say tonight that it's over. All right. No matter what the results are, the poll's still up for 6 more days. We're just going to tell you what the result is right now and what some of the opinions are. Now, before we cast this and we see what the numbers are, we'll go around the room here and we'll say what our preferences are. So, Mike, why don't you go first? Are you a over or under?
I'm an under.
You're an under. All right. Any particular reason why?
I have cats.
Uh-huh. And the cats go paw, 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 paw.
Exactly.
And
if it's over and the cats go paw, 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 toilet paper is wasted. If it's under and the cats go paw, 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 it just gets perforated.
Yeah. Colin, how about you?
Over, just because I have never had any of my cats do that.
Really? I have been told, now I don't consciously do this, so it must be something deeply ingrained in my brain. But I've been told by the wife that I am a consummate under. Now maybe it's from years of having a cat. I would think that probably is the case because I do remember him doing that on a regular basis. Because normally, litter box in the bathroom. And almost every single time, underneath the toilet paper roll holder. It's just where it worked out. It was between the toilet and the cabinet. That's where it went. It had its spot. And that's where the toilet paper roll holder was. I don't know why. It just worked out every place I lived. So I was an under.
See, I usually find that depending on the dispenser of toilet paper, a lot of dispensers, it just doesn't matter. But a lot of dispensers, if you have it under, then you can get like a sheet or two and then it tears. And that's very annoying.
Oh, I hate the ones in businesses where it like gives you a half a toilet paper roll turn and then it like stops.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So what I figured out you do is you push the roll up and then you like turn it with your fingers and then it doesn't stop. You can just keep going because it's one ply anyway. And
right.
so you've got to get quite a bit out so that one, you can 2-ply it and then you can double it again and you can 4-ply it because it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, tree bark has better texture.
I often wonder, do they actually save money with the 1-ply where I have to use half the roll?
I'll tell you what. They changed out our paper towel dispensers in our offices to blowers because they said our office per user, I don't know how they calculated that because how can they know how many people are in there? Because it's a rented building. They said we used more toilet paper and paper towels than buildings with twice the people in it. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of people that like the dookie on the state's time. I can't help that.
They tried to do that to us too. They put in the super fast blowers, but then they also had to give us back the toilet paper.
Well,
but here's the worst.
Well, I would hope they give you back toilet paper.
I'm sorry, not the
if they're expecting you to air out, like
I don't know if I've discussed this before.
That would be difficult. Passing people in the bathroom, go, "Hey, Bob, how's it going?"
Because when you're talking about wastefulness,
yeah.
Here is the most interesting wastefulness thing that I can say about those bathrooms.
Uh-huh.
We have hot water going into the toilets.
Well, if it was for the bidet, I would somewhat understand that you want that a little warm. Well, but there's no bidets there, I'm sure.
Because and the reason I figured this out is one day I went in.
Did you hang a little low one particular day or what?
Oh,
I don't know.
There's 2 parts. God.
One, I was wondering why we never had any hot water during the day to wash our hands with.
Okay.
But one day I was in there very early and I was sitting there because I had to.
Okay, yeah.
And I was sitting there and I was like, am I sick? Because I'm feeling like really warm right now.
there's a warmth spreading from below.
Yeah, because not only was it like warm, no, it was like super hot water in the toilet. Like I got up and I've been sitting there for a while, but I got up and before I flushed, I like put my hand down there and I could feel the heat radiating from the toilet.
So, as the English would say, you were steaming your veggies.
Yeah. It was very hot.
No Englishman has ever said that. But nice try.
It was disconcerting. I will say it was. I was like, something is seriously wrong with me as I sat there.
The last week at work, I have had 2 interesting observations in the restroom because we have the Robert's Rules of the Restroom on our website, right? We have the stone tablets that were brought down from the mountaintop as far as here's the rules that you must obey in the bathroom. Well, these people, maybe we need new additions because these folks don't understand common sense. One, we have the distance peer. All right. There was a guy today. I think he was going for a record because not only was he not within the box of the urinal, he was almost in the walkway behind it. All right. I don't know why he was going for a world record at work. Really, that's something you should do at home.
He probably needs to go talk to his doctor about his blood pressure.
And he was as pasty white as us. All right. So it's not the obvious reason.
He had expensive shoes on, did not want to get splatters on them, and did not want to stand in the wetness that eventually always winds up. People always think that underneath the urinal, if it's wet, it's pee. No, it's 9 times out of 10, it's because in a normal building, it's cold water going in. So it's condensation that just drips
not in
down.
Collins, it's lava. That's what they're filling the toilets with.
The toilet's lava. Ah!
But well, see, in a normal restroom, you're right. It is condensation dripping off of the pipes. Not in my building. In my building, it is a pool of urine underneath that particular stall that he was at. So a little bit of distance acceptable. This man was going for like the 50 meter. Okay. That's what I don't understand. Then we have the surgeon. Okay. Now he comes out of standing up. He went to a stall, stood up to do his business, went to the sink, and he's scrubbing like he's going into open heart surgery. All right. I mean, long time, up to elbows. How dirty is your stuff?
Well, he's probably standing next to the guy going for the world record.
I mean, he was separated by a wall and a door. And I've seen him like in there twice. And I go back to my desk and I tell one of the guys there, I'm like, somebody's on the table again. We're scrubbing up and preparing for surgery.
Well, this is what happens when we don't talk about TVs and movies. We talk about happenings in Shaggy's bathroom.
So there was a guy that a buddy of mine used to talk about all the time at our office, that he would go stand at the stall or at the urinal, and pants would be down around his ankles while he's at the urinal, and he's just his head back like he's holding on to the little winglets. Like,
there's a guy at work that does that. I'm like, you're a grown man. You're not a little boy. Don't do that.
What in the Sam hell are you doing?
I went into a Cracker Barrel and there was this little 3-year-old with his dad in there. And I'm like, okay, acceptable for him to do. Made me a little weird, but
So Mama Blair says they were finding shoe prints on the toilet seat at work. Found out it was a cultural thing. They didn't know that they should sit. Okay. And we have a comment saying that this is a TMI segment. Yes, it is. This entire show is a TMI. 9 times out of 10, this is what happens when we restrict our topics.
But we are covering what people need to know.
But we still have not.
All right, so
come to a consensus on the damn toilet paper.
So here is the hold on, before I go to the results, one more thing, because we need to talk about what it means. What does the toilet paper mean? Okay, because believe it or not, psychologists have looked at this. So, do you hang your toilet paper roll with the end of the paper hanging over or with the end hanging under? According to a survey by Dr. Gilda Carl, over people are more assertive. Assertive people are more likely to be in leadership roles and to have take charge attitude. Those hanging the roll under are more likely to be submissive. Submissive people tend to be more agreeable, flexible, and empathetic. To create the toilet paper personality test, Dr. Carl surveyed around 2,000 people of all ages, asking them whether they rolled the toilet paper over or under. Now, here's what's interesting. I couldn't believe it when I read this. Some people, Dr. Carl has found, actually switched the toilet roll in other people's houses. Around 1 in 5. Naturally, it was those over people imposing their dominant personality on submissive unders. Bet nobody's listening who has changed the way the toilet paper hangs on somebody else's bathroom.
Now,
by the way, it's also been linked to your financial well-being. 73% of those earning under $20,000 a year roll it under, while 60% of those earning over $50,000 a year roll it over.
So according to one thing from, I think it's Incorporated magazine, using the overway makes it less likely that somebody else with dirty hands has touched the toilet paper you were about to use yourself.
Aren't you just grabbing the end?
If you're reaching under, then you might be touching more of the toilet paper.
Does people not know how to go and just snap it off? I mean, do you got to hold it and then? I mean,
no. The idea is that if you're reaching behind,
I don't have to reach behind. Usually, it's hanging a good inch or two underneath.
Also, usually I don't do this. Usually I find, especially when people have it under, that I have to reach around because it is not hanging down there.
I'm sorry you have to reach around so often.
Because they zipped it off, like you said, and it separated behind the...
Oh, no.
All right, so Teresa's saying it goes under in her house. Marcy has switched it. Mama Blair has switched it. I will say that when if we're having a bunch of people over, I have noticed that the toilet paper does go over.
So your wife switches it.
And I can only attribute that to the fact that most of, if not all, the cats hide when we have company.
So your wife
so there's
thinks it's
no
okay.
danger. Now we do keep the bathroom door closed. So I'm not sure if this is even applicable anymore. Now, I will also admit, I don't even have it in my bathroom.
Wait a second. You don't have toilet paper? What do you use?
I use the wipes.
Oh, baby wipes.
I'm one of those guys. Yes, I am, and I'll admit it.
Okay.
And yes, you can go ahead and ridicule me all day about how I'm destroying the environment because those things don't break down like toilet paper does. I don't care.
You want a clean tushy.
You damn Skippy.
You don't even use the paper afterwards to dry off the excess moisture?
What excess moisture? It's aloe. It's supposed to be absorbed by your skin to keep everything soft and keep everything comfortable so you don't get chafed butt from sitting in an office chair all day with people. Blah, 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 blah. And see, now everybody's agreeing with me. Yes, flushable wipes. Yes, yeah, see?
Well, if the wipes are available, I'll use them. I do the paper first, then I do the wipe. Just so we can have total TMI.
Well, sometimes you need to pre-treat a stain before you throw it through the wash.
Listen, depending on the crowd that's coming over, I have put a bottle of poopery on top of the toilet with a big sign pointing to it saying, if you sit, use it.
Do the women take any offense to that? Since by nature they have to.
Okay. So,
my house, I don't care.
So I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
For a survey for next show.
Okay.
Puffs or Kleenex?
Puffs or clean. Okay. Oh, what do you call them or what do you use?
What do you use?
Okay. We can do that.
That's simple. Whatever I got a coupon for. I'm cheap when it comes to that.
Oh, no.
I am not.
I'll go into it more on the next show. So for those of you that are interested, right now, over is winning. It is 75% over and 25% under. But like I said,
okay,
we're going to let this go for a while.
I also want to point something out about this particular picture that you're using.
Okay.
I do not like that toilet paper holder at all.
I'm not a fan either, but it is what Wikipedia had on their article on toilet paper orientation.
Because what I'm seeing right there, that toilet paper is hitting the wall.
Yeah, there's not enough room there.
So you want to talk about cleanliness, all right? You're buffing the wall with that toilet paper every time you take some off. I don't like that at all.
No, but I couldn't believe that there was a Wikipedia article called Toilet Paper Orientation.
Over with triangular folding. What the hell are you talking about?
They're talking about, like, when you go into a hotel and they've got the little, point on the end of the toilet paper that lasts approximately one use. For me, honestly, the majority of the time, It looks a lot closer to this.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's how it works.
Yeah.
In fact, there's another reason why I don't keep toilet paper in my bathroom. Because the toilet paper holder that's in there is perfect. Perfectly positioned, perfect design to hold my tablet.
Yeah.
There's one I particularly like. I just sent you you put that picture up.
And triangular folding. I'm like, what? Who has time to make a freaking Mobius strip when you have people coming over a toilet paper? Like, hey, no.
Yeah. Colin says, just be an animal.
Yes. And I noticed that that's one without a cardboard tube.
Well, they had to remove it.
Vertical orientation, left or right. Okay, now you're just being a savage. Because, all right, these ain't paper towels now. Come on.
Admittedly, at my house, I am the only one who lives there. So the toilet paper is sitting on the next to the sink next to me.
Yeah.
I just pick it up.
Yeah. That's the majority of the time. That's where mine is. There's two of them there in case the primary one's empty, and then you got the backup.
Oh, okay. Now here's a topic fit.
Okay.
How about when someone uses the last of the roll and doesn't replace? Now, listen.
Well, I guess it all depends on where the spares are kept.
Yes.
How bad of a situation that is.
Well, if the spares and if they're in a known place, like
if you're at a friend's house and they run out.
My parents had one of these things that almost looked like a barber pole, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
That at the bottom, you pull out the next roll of toilet paper, and there's like 3 or 4 rolls in there.
Uh-huh.
So it's easy enough, but we have like a box that says, I think it says toilet paper on it, and it holds 3 rolls that sits on top. It's like one of these stupid crate and barrel kind of bolts, crap things or whatever. I don't care. But yeah, if you're at someone's house and the toilet paper runs out, do you go and tell them like, hey, listen, you're out of toilet paper? Women can kind of get away with that. Guys, if a guy's at my house and says, hey, you're out of toilet paper, you got any more? You better use that poopery if I show you where the toilet paper is, because I know what you're going to do.
Yeah. There's no question. Well, here's the thing, though. Do you always pre-check before you go somewhere?
Well, nobody always pre-checks.
Yeah,
okay, everybody has had a Stifler moment where there was no choice. You had to. It was coming whether there was toilet paper or not. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah. It is. I tell you what. We usually keep a 9-pack in the cabinet underneath the sink in all the bathrooms, but occasionally, it's out too.
And I would like to point out that I was using poopery when it was just a drop. And I believe we actually endorsed it on the show.
I think we did.
So instead of sponsoring us, the bastards changed their names and got all fancy, so, okay.
Oh. All right. Now, what brought this up was that a woman posted a Tinder pic that got a lot of attention. And you'd think, Tinder pic. Yeah, that can go a lot of different ways. Well, hers happened to have been in a bathroom, and it had her toilet paper going under. And so that started the whole conversation online. Because she said she got more comments about the toilet paper than she did about anything else.
Okay, so listen, as much as I would love to keep up the Great Caca debate here,
yeah, we got to move on.
Otherwise, the title of our show will mean absolutely nothing. Yeah, we have one more topic that we got to cover.
Yeah, no, we need to get to. So, just like IHOP going to IHOB and now going to IHOP, it seems like Starbucks seems to be having a problem making up its mind.
Starbucks. Okay.
Starbucks, the Seattle coffee brand that has invaded the world, and you can find one right across the street from another one. and it is the reason for the most complex orders of such a simple drink in the world. I don't understand why a cup of coffee needs to cost $8, but evidently that's their business practice. And I recently was meeting somebody at a Starbucks that, by the way, I had no idea was going to be as busy as it is. This was on a very busy intersection. So one, it's hard to get into because at 5:00, everybody's going through this intersection. Who would have thought that the Starbucks would be so busy? Two, it's a fairly small one. And, it's the middle of the week. Turns out that is the night that I chose to meet somebody that a knitting group was meeting there. A family was, for some reason, having a family reunion at the Starbucks. What the hell?
Wow.
An accountant was doing all of his work there because he took up 3 tables with all of his paperwork. And some other college professor was doing something else. I couldn't tell, but he was, very snooty. And you could tell right away that he was just ready to light up his pipe at any moment because he was just looking that way. It was so loud I could barely talk to this woman that I was meeting with. And and I thought, okay, Starbucks is not my favorite because honestly, I hate coffee. I can't stand coffee. I hate the taste of coffee. All right. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I'm never going to like it. And I'm not going to learn to like it by drinking it. It's not going to happen. But I thought, okay, Starbucks, they've got smoothies. I like smoothies. I'll have a smoothie. I can drink that. I can go there. I can order it. And then I say, hey, you want a coffee? Because it's a customer that I'm meeting. So I go up to the counter because I don't see it on their board, but their board is just full of garbage food that I don't even recognize. Oh, do I want a soy milk? No, I don't want a soy milk because soy does not say cow.
Soy milk. The vegans!
And so I go up to the cashier and I'm like, do you guys just have smoothies? I want like a strawberry banana smoothie. Oh, we don't carry the protein powder that we made the smoothies with anymore. And in my head, I'm thinking, I've made smoothies at home and never once have I used protein powder. I use milk, yogurt, ice, bananas, and strawberries. Protein powder's not in that recipe. You have all these flavors and things back there. Make me a goddamn smoothie. And she goes, well, I can put a banana in it. I wanted strawberry banana anyway. So I'm like, fine, she goes, well, I can make you a strawberry latte with a banana in it. What? That is not smoothie. I'm like, fine, give me your crap. I feel like I need to order something from you since I'm going to be taking up residence here for about 25 minutes. Because that's my rule. If I'm holding a business in your place, I have to order something. So it's like if I use your bathroom, I have to order something.
What was the name on your cup? Nana Boy?
They didn't even put a name on the cup.
Well, because
I'm sure they wanted to write a-hole.
Yours, because you ordered something that nobody ever ordered before, so it was easy to figure out whose it was.
Oh, God forbid, I want a smoothie.
Okay, I have to say, Shaggy, Starbucks is not somewhere I would think of having a smoothie.
And it wouldn't be either, but the last time I got dragged there, 2 years ago, they had smoothies for people like me who can't stand coffee, especially their burnt-ass crap.
Because what they've done as of late is they've added a whole bunch of tea-based beverages.
Yeah, I don't need Himalayan F me with a monkey tea, all right? I don't need goji berry Thai green leaf white tea.
But that's what they have. They have coffee, they have tea, and they have some pastries.
I want a smoothie.
It's all overpriced stuff. Next time, just get water.
But what water, Mike? Do I want spring water? Do I want mineral water? Do I want Fuji Everclear glacier water? I want a smoothie, damn it. All right. Next time, I'm doing the arrangement at Dairy Queen so that I can have freaking ice cream like a normal person.
So, did they give you a straw?
I did. I had to get my own straw, but they did give me a straw. It was a goddamn American plastic straw like everybody should use. And they gave me a nice non-recyclable cup.
See, now here's my thing. So Starbucks, this is why we're ranting about this, because Starbucks had announced that they were trialing biodegradable and paper straws so they could get rid of plastic straws. Fine. You get a drink with the big dome with the whipped cream on top, and you need a straw. So now they're saying by 2020 they're going to ban all straws. And they're going to go to these funky, cold-looking lids, things, sippable lid. First off, Starbucks is, with those lids, how are you going to get the whipped cream on top of a latte? All right? Think about that for a second, folks, because that's the big thing.
How are you going to make my leaf?
Go ahead. Stay on your mountain. Make your own smoothies. Fine. Okay, fine. You have no input in this conversation. Fine. So, Starbucks, biodegradable, and look, we all have seen the videos of the turtle that got, the sea turtle that got caught and had a plastic straw in its nose, and they pull it out, and it's like a magic trick, right? And the turtle can't breathe.
It's
and
a magic
look,
trick.
we've all seen like straw coming out of the turtle's nose. We've all seen that video, and we've all been like, oh, the straw is the wildlife. Look, I'm not saying that plastic straws are good. I'm not. But banning them and getting rid of them and offering no feasible alternative while ignoring the root of the problem, that trash is being dumped in the ocean. This is just stupidity at its best. And you know why? Because vegan, okay?
It's not even
Save
the vegetarians.
The planet. The stupid damn vegans who are talking about saving the planet and Mother Nature and this, that, and the other thing. Meanwhile, you're drinking your soy freaking latte from a recyclable plastic cup that never breaks down, and you're throwing it in the trash because I didn't want to rinse it out and waste water. So lick the freaking thing clean and recycle it then if you're so interested in saving the planet, all right? Give me a paper straw. Give me a biodegradable straw. Make the straw out of spun sugar so that it sweetens the drink, and then you can eat it as a treat when you're done.
Give me a red licorice straw.
Now, I thought Starbucks was doing the paper straws.
Well, that's what
No, they're not.
Mike and I are confused about, because they said they put out something in January going, hey, trials of biodegradable and paper straws in 54 outlets. Now they put out a press release going, citing the environment. They're ditching plastic straws entirely, which means they're ditching all straws.
No,
Mama Blair says, why not carry your own stainless steel straw? Yes, okay, fine. Carry your own straw. Okay, Starbucks, you're not buying straws anymore. You're not providing straws anymore. Lower your prices. No, they're going to go up. Why? Because we have to pay for the research into this biodegradable straw that's never going to make it to the stores.
That's exactly like my wife. My wife says, well, if I'm checking out my own groceries through self-checkout, then they should be able to give me a discount.
Oh, wait. So what they said was that by 2020, they're going to use recyclable strawless lids and an alternative material straw option.
Okay, so
both have new
recyclable
lids and straws.
Recyclable lids. So you're telling me that the lids now on the soy vegan latte is not recyclable?
That would be the grande ice sugar-free vanilla latte with soy milk, or the triple venti soy no foam latte with cinnamon dust.
I have no idea of the recyclability of the current lids. But I do know they're still going to have straws. Now, my question is, have either of you actually used a paper straw?
No. They're not out here yet. Oh,
once. I remember not here, but I've used them before.
Well, wait a second. I can't say I didn't, because I have had pixie sticks. So, yes.
Okay. So
they're
now here's the problem. Paper straws need to be waxed. It's not just a tube of paper, okay, or heavy paper. They have to have a wax coating so that they don't fall down while you're drinking them.
Right.
Right.
Some of them are waxed, some aren't. It depends on what the material is. Like I'm not, because the biggest place I've had lots of paper straws because as we all know, I go to Disney a lot. And if you go to Disney's Animal Kingdom, they don't allow plastic straws at the Animal Kingdom. You have to have paper straws only. And no lids.
So,
As I can say, they're good for about one glass of soda, and then they start turning into X straws.
Evidently, there is only one company which makes paper straws which are approved for use by the FDA in the United States. So wouldn't you like to be that company knowing all this business is coming your way thanks to the turtle with the magic trick?
I think there's another company that's making them out of corn.
Well, according to Aardvark, paper straws are the only paper straws on the market that are made in the USA, 100% FDA food grade approved, biodegradable, and compostable. They're also adorable.
Oh, compostable. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Now here's the problem with the
Oh, don't you worry.
Straws.
They don't include any genetically modified ingredients either, so no GMOs in your straw.
Okay, then listen. Everybody talks about GMOs like they're a bad thing, okay? I strongly believe that GMOs could be good in the right hands. Right? Now, if you could
it increases yield in crops, which means we can feed more people, or that the existing food supply is cheaper.
Okay, so
don't people like that?
I'll make a deal. Okay? No more GMOs once you get me my brontosaurus.
That's right.
Now,
Bronto ribs, like we talked about last time.
Now, I don't think we should pass by the fact we're talking about a company here, Starbucks, that's getting rid of straws to help sea life, yet they're named after a whale hunter.
Well, but Star Trek saves the whales in Star Trek 4, so that's okay.
And
it's the only answer I can
and
come up with.
Starbuck are not the same thing.
That's the only thing I can come up with. I don't know. Short notice.
For the record, and just to get back to the stainless steel straw, I'm not a fan. I have a plastic reusable straw with my tumbler because I can see through it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't like. I'm one of those freaks that, yeah, the straws, they come with the little brush, the pipe cleaner. If I can't see, then I am obsessive that I don't know I got that straw completely clean. That's why I couldn't and I don't particularly like the taste of metal. You could say that stainless steel doesn't have a taste. I say, you're out of your freaking mind. It's metal. It has a taste. You put it on your tongue, you know it's stainless steel. I don't like that.
What if we wrapped it in licorice?
Why do I look? Twizzlers are hollow. I don't need to wrap them in anything.
Well, I want to see an article that says Starbucks trialing Twizzler straws.
No.
Or Red Vine.
Mama Blair says Disney probably owns that straw company.
Very well might. They own everything else.
We can't even talk about it. No, okay.
Why can't Elon Musk own the straw company? Hey, Elon Musk should just come out with another straw. He's fixing all the other world's problems.
No, Elon Musk is not. He's not going to come out with the straw. He's going to come out with some kind of technology that magically it just levitates the liquid into your mouth. While using the power of the sun.
He might be Bruce Wayne. We don't know.
No, he is not Bruce Wayne. Okay.
Is he Batman?
That company you found, Aardvark.
Yeah,
they do make the straws for Disney.
Oh, there you go. See, Oh, but no. Just make a damn smoothie the way it should be. All right, we probably got time for one more. Do we want to talk about? Oh, Mike, do you want to talk about the Walmart story? The Walmart clothing boycott.
Yeah, we can talk about that real quick.
All right.
So, apparently, Walmart on their website had T-shirts or onesies that had Impeach 45. It looked like a sports jersey, Impeach and the number 45 on it. And it was sold in their marketplace. Yes, thank you. So if you're looking at our thing, you can see it. And people started calling for a boycott of Walmart. And it wasn't actually Walmart that was selling it. It was just being sold on Walmart's site. So, Shaggy, when you posted this link, you were like, do people understand that this is a third-party seller problem? And
yeah, because like other sites, Walmart includes third-party sellers. So, for example, if you go to Best Buy, okay, there are third-party sellers included in your return search result set. All right, and you can check a box that say Best Buy only.
Yes.
And that filters it to just the Best Buy supplied products.
Right.
But you have to think and see that box to know, hey, I'm ordering it from that.
But here's the problem. This is why it is a Walmart issue to an extent. Every third-party item you see sold in Best Buy Marketplace, in Walmart, even in Amazon, has to be approved by Walmart, Best Buy. So somebody approved this for sale before it was listed on the Walmart site. As a third-party seller, you submit your products to Walmart and say, this is what I want to sell, blah, 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 and you give them all the specs, and they either list it or they tell you, or they don't.
Right. It should be reviewed by what they call a buyer.
Yes.
At the site who reviews and approves things, just like they would if it was to come into their physical store.
Yes, exactly. So, and I know this because, we've looked at listing things in like Amazon Marketplace and some other stuff. And to be honest, it just winds up, it's such a hassle. If you're a small manufacturer, which essentially we are when it comes to our gift products, it doesn't make any financial sense. And even with Amazon, they tried to launch something to compete against Etsy. I think it was called Amazon Handmade or something to that effect.
Like that, I think.
The fees that Amazon was charging outweighed the benefit of being listed on Amazon.
Yeah,
which is arguably one of the largest online presences out there.
They came to me asking if I wanted to be included in their Amazon services, where you could basically sell your services, like as a TV installer or anything like that. And yeah, there was a monthly fee, and then they negotiated what your price basically was, and all that kind of stuff.
And they get a percentage of everything.
Yeah,
wound up being not worth it. So that's why I said this is kind of a Walmart problem. Now, this guy, whoever is selling these shirts, they're going to sell them wherever. eBay, Etsy, wherever they're going to be able to sell them. The fact that Walmart actually approved this for sale through their website, I'm not saying boycott Walmart. I'm saying somebody didn't do their job. Yeah. Somebody wasn't thinking.
But we've seen those same things actually either find their way into the store, or not just Walmart, but other stores. We've seen questionable items find their way onto the shelf because the people that are the buyers go, hey, this will sell. Whether or not it aligns to our corporate values doesn't matter, as long as we're making the shareholders happy and bumping up their stock price.
And, that takes me to a whole other area that we could rant about for a while. Is it bothers me how many business decisions are actually driven by stockholders as opposed to what makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I've seen decisions made where I'm left scratching my head why we're being given this directive, and then you hear why. It's because the shareholders wanted it. Well,
and Colin and I can both tell you, just being as many years as we've been in the world of state government, the same thing happens for political reasons, no matter which side you're on. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but it'll make our base happy. Okay? Well, but you have no standing. Yeah, but I know, but just saying it will make our base happy. Regardless of whether it's true or not, or whether we can go forward with it, it makes our base happy, and it makes them feel like we're really actually going for them.
And let me tell you something. If I ever met somebody who said that they were a Wall Street analyst, I would punch them right in the face. Because they are the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Analysts say that earnings per share for Amazon should be 25 cents a share. And Amazon comes in at 24 cents a share. All of a sudden, it's a world crisis.
Now, we have a long established history.
So forget the fact that guy's just found out his wife is cheating on him with his brother and is having a horrible day. So his decision-making is not all there. No, the analyst said 25 cents a share, and you didn't hit it.
Not only that, but forget that that's the same guy that set us up for the banks to fail and the .com bubble and everything else. So his track record on major decisions, not very good. You know, I can tell you the only analyst that I'm happy with right now, and I don't even know their friggin' name, and we've established that I don't know anything about stocks. You can look at my little playing around on Robinhood, and you can tell that right now because there's more red than there is green. But somebody said Facebook's going to go up $100, and so far it's gone up $6, and I hope they're right. So, you know, hey, if that person has a crystal ball and saw into the future, I'm happy with the way they saw things. It probably won't happen because every time I get into something, it inevitably nosedives.
Yeah, I have most of my stock is AMC Theaters, and it's dived below where I bought it at the IO.
That happens as soon as I buy something.
IPO.
If you want to know what to invest in, just everything that I don't.
I'm waiting for it to go back into the green, and then I'm selling because hey, I've made money off of the dividends and stuff.
Yeah.
So one thing on this Walmart thing. So I dug a little deeper into this. So this was not random listings that someone listed this shirt. This is from two companies that themselves are approved sellers on Walmart's website. But Old Glory, which is one of the two, they sell 10,000 different types of shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought Old Glory was just one of Walmart's brands.
No, that's Faded Glory. That's different.
Oh, okay. All right.
So since they have 10,000 different shirts, I'm sure that someone at Walmart isn't approving each individual shirt as it comes through.
Okay. I guess that makes sense that they have they probably do have a tiered system. Like once you reach a certain number of products or a certain level of sales, it's probably a different approval process.
And this fake jersey or this mocking jersey style is super hot right now. You know, there are a ton of whatever 69 jerseys running around. I don't know if you've seen that, but there is like tons. Or, 18 or whatever the number is. So they're probably just like, yep. Oh, that says the F word. No, we can't have that one, but yep.
So I'm sure, like they said, they are reviewing their marketplace policies. I'm sure there's going to be some nasty gram out to these people going, okay, nothing to do with these categories. If you do it again, then we'll kick you off.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be able to approve each individual 10,000 shirts.
Well, it'd be like YouTube manually reviewing every video.
Let's also be honest here. Half the people that call for like boycotts of Walmart, if they boycott Walmart, where the hell are you going to go shop? Dollar Tree? If half these people, they can't afford to shop elsewhere, okay? Let's be honest.
If Trump's base boycotted Walmart, people of Walmart.com would close their doors.
All right. Let's be really honest. These same people who who are complaining now bought an Impeach 44 shirt 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Walmart.
True.
So, well, they put it on layaway. They may not have actually got it.
Yeah.
But, let's be honest. It's Walmart people. I'm saying that as a Walmart person. There's one 3 blocks from my house.
Yes.
And we're there on an almost daily basis.
You have to pass it to get to your house.
Yeah.
When the greeter knows you by name.
I'll tell you what.
That's a problem.
I'm having to change up my morning routine because the lady at the donut shop knows my order. I'm like, okay, it's a bad thing that you know what I want. It's time to just pack an orange and some cereal and go to work.
Yeah. You got to be careful when you work at a place like that. I know several years ago, I'd gone to the Domino's Pizza for like a couple weekends.
Yeah.
And the guy there commented, "Oh yeah, you were here last week." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not going to Domino's anymore."
Yeah, see,
thanks for the reminder of, oh crap, I shouldn't be eating this much Domino's.
The Antonio's, which it's a chain restaurant, but I think it's fairly local to this area.
Yeah,
they have a thing tied that caller ID brings up. When you call in, caller ID grabs your number and pulls up what your last order was. And so they go, hi, and then they say your name, and they're like, okay, and I'm like, okay, what's the special, blah, 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 and I start, and they go, do you just want blah, blah, blah again? And it makes you think, crap, I call here too often, even though you may not call there, but every 6 months, it just automatically pulls up your last order. It's a horrible idea. They really need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I understand it makes their life easier, but it really makes me feel extra fat. All right. I know I'm fat. I don't want to be extra fat.
That's no better than the Domino's app.
Oh my God.
Place my easy order. Really? We're going to turn a smart
Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Do you want to name this order so you can easily repeat it next time?
If you're going to be doing this through an app, if you're telling Alexa to order your pizza or place my easy order, really? That for no other reason.
Unless your easy order is a salad, then you have a problem.
Nobody ordering Domino's has an easy order of a salad.
Bet nobody's listening whose easy order is a salad.
Nobody. No.
That's it.
No.
Okay.
Anybody whose easy order is a salad, probably...
They have a second order that's 3 pizzas.
They probably have 2 toilet paper holders in there, one going each way, because there's something mentally wrong with them, and they can't, depending on their mood. Personality A may want over, personality B may want under. You don't know which voice is speaking at that time. It's okay. Let's get to the damn movie review.
All right, so it is time for our double feature movie review. This is a regular segment we do every show. We pick 2 movies. This whole bit was inspired by the idea that Netflix and Amazon, based upon your previous viewings, think they know you, and so they're going to suggest movies that they think that you'll like. And so we made a list of all the movies that Netflix and Amazon's think that we would like to watch, and we picked 2 of them, and we watch them, and then we give you our opinion of those movies to let you know whether it's something you should watch or you should skip entirely. We grade on a scale of puke to shnikes. Shnikes is the best one, by the way. And we let you decide. We look forward to you guys also watching the shows, hopefully, letting us know what you think. So the 2 movies up tonight are Fun Mom Dinner and Black Site Delta. And so which one do we want to do first?
Because they are not similar.
They're
anyway
polar
whatsoever.
opposites. We have a comedy and we have an action adventure.
Let's do Black Site Delta first.
All right, let's do Black Site Delta first. Colin, you want to go first?
Sure. So Black Site Delta is a weird movie because, well, it's supposed to be set in a government black site / prison. And some of the scenes were actually shot in the Mississippi prison, and those looked pretty good. The rest of them were not, because, well, I don't know of any prison / black site government sites that have family bathrooms in them. But apparently this one does, because they have an entire action sequence in the family bathroom. Yeah. So this was like a cross of there was some good acting in this movie. I'll put that out first. There was some good acting in this movie. I thought the female action character was pretty good. The rest of this movie made absolutely no sense whatsoever. So, okay.
Did we watch the same movie?
I was trying to decide if we watched the same movie or not.
So this movie starts off doing the old guy comes in who's from the military and then kills somebody because he is a weapon of himself. And then he gets knocked out at the bar, and when he wakes up, he's in a black site prison. And then he meets the traditional Dirty Dozen other bad people. They're not 12 of them, but it's like Dirty Dozen. They're all bad military people. And then a British guy comes in and kills all of the guards. And then it turns out that there is a drone from this place that has a nuclear weapon. Which, as far as I can tell, this drone was like hovering over South America. What exactly the United States wanted to have a nuclear weapon over South America with, I'm not sure. So the bad guys are trying to get the drones, including the nuclear weapon. The couple of the convicts escape and are trying to stop them so that they can be pardoned, because they've decided that if they stop this, they'll get pardoned. There's nobody there to tell them they're going to get pardoned. They just decide it. So this goes on for quite a while of people shooting the 5 other people in the entire cast, because as far as I can tell, there's 5 people in the cast. In fact, I'm going to guess that all of the good guys, when they weren't on screen, were dressing up as the bad guys, so they just keep getting shot over and over again. Because that explains why they all disappeared. Either that or this was a video game. I really didn't understand what was going on. So they finally fly the drone with the nuclear weapon to Tampa, Florida, for reasons I did not, like I said, I didn't really understand. But then the bad guys put the drone into super hyper mode, and it flies from Tampa, Florida to New York City in like 2 minutes, which was amazing. If we have drones like that, I don't know what other nations are going to do. Apparently break into lightly defended malls to get the drones themselves, I guess. So I did figure out some things about this movie. I realized that this must be happening in the X-Men universe. That explains why some of the characters could be shot multiple times and not actually be damaged by by being shot. And one of the characters has the psychic, mutant ability to make other people with guns throw the guns down and then try to beat them up with their fists instead, even when the person who has the gun has themselves been shot multiple times. Oh, I've been shot multiple times, but because you're holding the fist up, I'm just going to drop this gun and hit you a fist instead. That's it. I figured out. He must be a mutant. It's the only reason that explains anything that's happened to this movie is they're actually mutants. No, this movie is definitely not a puke. But I will definitely give it a belch.
Okay.
It's not a meh. It's less than a meh. It's a belch.
It's officially a burp.
Burp? Okay. That's a burp minus.
So, all right, Mike, you want me to go next? And then you can...
Sure, I'm just going to chime in that Mama Blair also thought it was a video game.
Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, I did not have time to write this up, so I'm going to go off the cuff a little bit. Okay, so Black Site Delta, 2017 movie. Seems like it should have been made for TV. I don't know whether it was or not, but sure does seem like it should have been. Actually seems like it should have been like a sci-fi film that they decided, nope, this is even too bad for sci-fi, so we're just going to put it right to VHS or beta, whichever is available for people that are into this kind of crap. So in it, we had 2 people who you'd think were familiar, but they're really not. So we had Budget Paul Walker, played by Cam Gaganet, all right, who was Jake, the lead guy. And then we had Discount Pierce Brosnan playing the bad guy. All right. So, those are the only 2 people that you're really going to think, I know that guy. No, you don't. All right. Those are the 2 that you're going to say, I know that. No, you don't. You may recognize Casey Hendershot, who Colin was referring to as the, mental giant who could get people to throw down their weapons, because he evidently is a stuntman in every movie. The uncredited stuntman. He was in Jumanji. He was in Get Hard. He was in Avatar. He was in Keeping Up with the Joneses. He was in Deepwater Horizon. He's in everything. Evidently, he can get beat up really well. Acting, not so much. All right. Unless maybe there's a movie about leprechauns in Ireland. Then he might have a chance. But, in summary, this movie is horrible. Okay, this movie tries to be an action movie really bad. It tries to be Suicide Squad is what it tries to be. All right, this movie really tries to be, hey, we're going to take all these misfits that are in jail and they're going to save the day. Except for it doesn't work in any way, shape, or form because all of them suck. All right, they can't play their parts at all. All right, even the mystical healing man, as Colin called him, I really don't know what happened there, because I was sitting there going like, how many times can this man get shot, stabbed, hit, punched, whatever, and still keep going? Because this doesn't make any sense. And by the way, folks, a PTZ controller deck is not going to be controlling a multi-billion-dollar drone program, nor in any world would you have to press 2 buttons in 2 different buildings in the same compound within 30 seconds and have a countdown. All right. If that had to happen, you would see the two. I think what they were trying to do was they were trying to do the old 2 guys, 2 keys turn at exactly the same time, but they couldn't afford the keys or the locks. So they decided a big flashy button would be better. I don't know. This movie is horrible, but compared to the last 2 movies that we watched, I didn't want to slip my wrists but I did want to take a nap. So I'm going to give this movie a yawn. Which is halfway between meh and belch.
Okay. First off, I take issue with you trying to bite off on my dollar store character reference. Get that out of the way. And your dollar store Paul Walker, he was actually the bad guy in why can't I remember the name of that sci-fi movie with Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster?
Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster.
It was a 1-word title.
Not mistaken.
Pandorum?
Yeah, Pandorum. You're right.
He was the bad guy in Pandorum, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're correct.
You don't ever want to play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon with me. Remember that. Okay. So, all right, look. First of all, I've never stabbed anyone, obviously. But I'd like to think if I were to stab someone in the chest, and they fall forward with a knife sticking straight out of their chest, is there any way possible that they're going to land on their back? I've had this issue with a lot of movies in the past, not just this one, but this one, for some reason, it struck me at the wrong time. So, Mythbusters, can we get on this, please?
Yes, cancel TV show.
Does it bother anybody else that the black prisoner is dressed different than the rest of them? Curious. And here's another thing that bugs me that this movie suffered from, and I'm going to call it Stormtrooper Syndrome. There's a scene where a guy's on the level above, clear line of sight to 3 of the people, shoots 12 bullets and doesn't hit a single one of them. They don't even know he's there. He could have taken his time and did the whole sniper thing with click, 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 boom. No. 7,000 bullets and doesn't hit anybody. The dude that's a little bit too good with the knife, I must have missed his story because he wound up being like a hand. When he cut the guy's ears off later on, I was waiting for him to like lick it or eat it or something. It took me a minute to figure out it was an ear also.
I never did.
I thought maybe it was a testicle, and I was waiting for him to eat something. Then they used the cliche, got to push the buttons within 30 seconds of each other plot device, which by the end of the movie, by the way, I kind of zoned out. But originally, I thought like you, the buttons were in 2 different buildings. But then all of a sudden, they hit something in, I'll call it the con pod, and then the other button they had to hit once the countdown started was right outside the con pod. So I got real confused at the end there. Knife guy really was starting to creep me out, and this was before he cut the ear. I don't understand how many bullets the sniper had in his gun, because this was beyond a shadow of a doubt the most prime example of unlimited ammunition. So maybe it was a video game and he input the cheat code for unlimited ammo. I don't know. Bad guys with guns hunting them down, and these 2 find time to have a makeout session. Wait, sniper ran out of bullets just in time for the bad guy to come kill him. No, wait, sniper's not dead. He's just alive. He's just alive enough to warn them that the other dude is a rat. Sniper ain't even close to dead. Nope, now he's dead. Nope, sniper is alive. Everyone else in this freaking movie gets shot 17 times, like you said, but they keep going, except the bad British guy. The bad British guy gets shot once, and he's wearing body armor, but he's down for the count. I don't believe it. Pop him in the head. Zombieland, double tap, bump back. Sniper is still alive and hits the first button. So he halfway saved the day. Just in time for more kissy face. And then this dude has been in prison, somehow shows up at his daughter's house in a brand new Dodge Durango. Where'd he get that money? It was a reward for surviving the prison level of the video game. Had to be. I got to give this a meh, because it was a decent enough movie. It tried. It really did. But there were just too many issues I had about guys dying, guys not dying. And then there were little nitpicks like they shot a guard, and after he fell, the blood splattered on the back wall. So there are little issues. I come to realize after watching this movie that I believe doing this bit for as long as we have has really made me hypercritical of a lot of movies. Because I'm noticing a lot of mistakes that normally I wouldn't bother me. But even in good movies, I'm noticing some mistakes that just make me mad.
I think it's making us better movie watchers.
Okay, so...
Well, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
In what world is a crawl space referred to as a tunnel, by the way? Because they were most obviously in a very tall crawl space of a building.
That's not a crawl space.
They were in... Well, I've been in some very tall crawl spaces. But they weren't in a tunnel. A tunnel is narrow.
Yeah.
They were in one the width of a building.
Yeah, that was the foundation. My guess is, because I was trying to figure out in what world do you have a well-lit crawl space like that?
Yeah.
And the best I can figure out is that must have been on the grounds of the prison that they shot at. And so that must be well lit to make sure if anybody's trying to sneak through there that any guards could see them go through.
Well,
that's the only thing I could figure out.
I mean, they could light it with camera lighting, because it wasn't well lit everywhere. It was just well lit through the middle where they were filming.
Yeah. No, but it was obviously permanently attached lights. They weren't put in just for filming. Here's my biggest mistake that I saw in there and that was they go through the crawl space or tunnel.
Yep.
And they come up through the door, through the floor, and they go into the hallways. At the same time, the bad guys are just breaking through the door, right?
Oh God! How long does it take to cut through a regular steel
they're
door?
They're just now getting through the door, and the good guys just came up through They're going through the hallways.
Yeah.
There were dead guards on the floor. Who shot them? Who shot the guards who are dead on the floor? Because nobody had gotten into this place yet because they hadn't broken through the door yet. Mm-hmm. And what were those guards doing the entire time?
I honestly think they should have crossed this movie with Larceny from a couple shows ago.
I thought it was the same movie.
Well, that's, you know what? And that's why when you said the female actor, I think I was mentally getting confused because I was flashing back to the female from Larceny.
Yeah,
and I was like...
No, this one actually makes...
But no, this one...
I thought she was probably the best actor in the movie.
All right, so we should...
Although the weird guy with the knife, he was having a blast.
He was enjoying his work.
Yes.
All right, so we should move on to Fun Mom Dinner. This is an R-rated comedy available on Netflix right now.
Which I originally mispronounced to my family as Fun Mom Diner.
Oh, it's an addicted moment. All right, we love those.
It's a crossover event with the Hannibal Lecter Prisoner.
Mike, we'll let you go first this time around.
Okay. I almost never go first. So, this movie... In the very beginning, I had a feeling that this movie was just going to do nothing more than reinforce all the reasons why I don't want to have kids. So it starts off with a bad scene where vaping is a butt of a joke again. And I find out that they're vaping marijuana, which is awesome, I guess. But then I don't understand. Everybody else comes in, and they go from the electronic joint to a regular joint. Why do you have both? I'm sorry, I'm confused. That'd be like me having a vape and cigarettes. It doesn't make sense to me. The fact that a movie actually referenced bedazzling, I didn't think this was a real thing, but apparently it actually is, and I just thought it was some stupid joke. What kind of world somebody, stoned or otherwise, gets so excited about getting a gift card to Walgreens? Bitches. Let me ask this question, because now they're in the pot shop. How come they can make all of these marijuana edibles and gummies and all these drug-laced candies, but yet the government is trying to crack down on me having fruit-flavored vape juice?
The kids, Mike. The kids. Think of the children.
Think of the children, yeah, because the children, yeah. Adam Levine. How did they get Adam Levine in this freaking movie? No. Don't. No karaoke, please. No. Wait a minute. This bitch is singing in German. Am I stoned right now? Did I hit the SAP button or something? They're singing the German version of Love Palooza. And then they switch to English. I've never seen a karaoke switch from one language to another in the middle of a song, but okay. I just want to take this minute to state that I still don't understand. Now, if any of the female listeners are going to jump all over me for this one, I don't understand why Adam Levine is so many women's free pass. All right, he seems like a cool enough guy, but I just don't get it otherwise. He's got it. He's skinny. He's got a woman's voice. I just don't get it. Honestly, ladies, if you find that attractive, you should be a NASCAR fan, because half of the NASCAR drivers are like that. Skinny with high-pitched voices. Of course, they're midgets, but that's besides the point. Nothing says badass like a baby blue unicorn onesie. Peanut beer. Okay, maybe. Hot dog beer? No. No. I only post the pretty stuff. She said, the Instagram mom says, don't go getting all sappy and soft on me in the middle of this, okay? Get back to getting high. Ain't that freaking adorbs? Yes, I use the word adorbs. Get off me. Getting all Jake Ryan for his wife at the end. Somebody explain to me how the hell those four women fit into a Porsche Carrera. So, all right. So, Puke the Shnikes just got a smile from me. All right, it's a cute movie. It was pretty well done. Kind of along the lines of a slightly raunchy Hallmark or Lifetime movie, like if you took a Lifetime movie and added some obscenities and stuff to turn it into an R rating, or like a director's cut of a Lifetime movie or Hallmark movie. So I gave it a smile. Mama Blair writing in saying, if you take Adam part by part, he ain't all that, but he has charisma. Charisma. It's a special quality. Every time I hear the word charisma, I think of that thing from the scene from Son-in-Law. You've got charisma.
A special quality of leadership.
Yes.
All right, I'll go next if you don't mind,
Go
Colin.
ahead.
All right, so Fun Mom Dinner, directed by Aletha Jones, written by Julie Rudd. Interesting, because I could swear I know one of the guys in the pot shop. Huh? Look it up. Yeah, that's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's in this movie. How the hell did they get Paul Rudd? Obviously, his wife wrote it. That's how he got in this movie. I thought the Ant-Man star was a little bit too big britches to be in this thing, but he is.
Here I am all wondering about Adam Levine, and you're all excited about Paul Rudd being in it. Okay.
I like Paul Rudd. I thought I thought the same thing about Adam Levine being in the movie. But I mean, it is a very interesting movie because you end up with these four moms, and I watched this by myself, and now I'm thinking, okay, I got to rewatch this with the wife because I think this is a movie the wife will actually like. And she always says we watch movies she wouldn't like. So I feel bad that I had to watch this in a hurry yesterday, but it's what I had to do. So for moms, as I describe this to work, you have a militant crossing guard mom. You have a new mom to the neighborhood. You got an oversharing mom, and you've got a mom who is just over being a mom. All right. She is just done, as in her own words, she doesn't want to hear about whose birthday party's coming up. She doesn't want to hear about the new trends with the kids. She doesn't want to hear about any of that crap. She's over it. As long as her kids don't kill themselves, she will consider herself a successful parent. Boy, those of us who are on the back end of being a parent, do we understand that, especially if you had multiples? All right. And, yes, as long as they made it out alive, job done. Okay. If they picked up some good qualities from you on the way, congratulations. You did extra credit. All right. The fact that they lived is good enough. So it's really funny because the militant mom and the mom who's had enough, hate each other at the beginning, but then all of a sudden introduce a little marijuana in the way of vaping, as Mike said, and hey, everybody's a friend because now we got the munchies. And by the way, Mike, I figured out the answer to your question. Marijuana in a vape pen is for soccer moms who drive minivans, and rolling a joint is for the guys who like mud trucks. All right. That's for the real people who want the real good quality stuff and who want to be social and pass it around, because it's a lot better to pass around a joint, evidently, than a vape pen.
Well, the only other thing I could think of is the battery died.
Could be. I don't know, because I've never been huge into that scene, but whatever, to each their own. They are stoned to the bone by the time they leave dinner, and then they all decide, let's go get drinks, which is great, because the husbands are failing. The joke I like best in the whole movie is, what do you want? I'm babysitting the kids tonight so you can go out. And she goes, it's not babysitting when they're your children. I love that because I hear so many people say that. Oh, I can't go. I'm watching the kids tonight, or I'm babysitting the kids tonight. And I'm like, wait a second. They're your children. You're not babysitting if that's the case. Cause I get where the moms are coming from. It's just that situation. And, so I can see a lot of this because, it's a parent thing, I guess. You can draw a lot of parallels with this, but the movie is pretty good. Like I said, it's got some star power. Molly Shannon, for those of you that don't remember her, she was a superstar girl who used to love to put her hands in her pits and then smell them. Most people will remember that bit. We went into a big conversation about that at work. The rest of the star power in the show is pretty good. You end up with a nice touching moment from the kids and the dads at the end. All the moms, you have that nice moment Mike talked about with the 16 candles. I think this does have a very John Hughes type feel. In fact, I would say that this whole movie is reminiscent of Breakfast Club, because you take these different personalities at the beginning, and then by the end, they're best friends. So, I can see where they were kind of going with that a little bit. And like I said, I like the movie. I think it worked well. I'll probably end up watching it again with the wife sometime. So I will give this a smile as well.
So, this movie would almost fall into the, why are we watching this? This is a real movie with real stars in it. However, its reviews are absolutely terrible. Reviewers, critics, hated this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think what's interesting is seeing how movies get made in Hollywood. Okay? So Julie Rudd writes a movie. So she gets her husband then executive produces the movie. And then also gets Adam Scott to executive produce the movie. And then they're both in the movie. Now, who wants to guess who the best friend of Paul Rudd is?
Adam Scott?
No.
Who?
Adam Levine. Adam Levine is Paul Rudd's best friend.
You gotta be kidding me. Really?
That's why Adam Levine is in this movie.
Those are two people I would not assume travel in the same circles.
They're best friends.
Did they go to school or something together? That's the only thing that can explain it.
I do not know the details of how Adam Levine and Paul Rudd know each other, other than they are best friends.
All right, you continue. I'm going to look us up because it requires looking up.
Now, a plot point in the movie is an Adam Levine tattoo that says, "I love moms." Now, that is actually a real tattoo. All they did was they added an S to it. The real tattoo just says, "I love mom."
It scares me how you know so much about Adam Levine.
No, it just, I can read IMDb.
Oh, okay.
This is all information from IMDb.
Okay, fair enough.
Beyond that, yeah, this movie is not a movie I would have watched on my own, because it is not really the type of movie that I'd watch. However, I really disagree with a lot of the reviews of this movie, because I enjoyed watching this movie. I thought it was funny. And people were complaining about the potty humor. And yes, there was one diaper joke and some men farting later, but that does not sound like enough to rant about it in a review, as some of the reviews I've read of this movie said. I'm giving this movie a grin. This movie was fun. And I thought it was actually slow enough in parts that a lot of these comedic movies, especially the ones that we've watched, they're just joke, and there's no reality to it. I thought there was enough reality to it that I felt like I could imagine that these people were really real and this movie was actually happening. Not just this movie is in some weird alternate mad magazine universe. So, I enjoyed it. Did you find information, Shaggy, on how Paul Rudd and Adam Levine met?
I know that they hosted the Golden Globes together a few years ago, but I haven't found anything else about it. So it's really weird. But yeah, no, they hosted like the 2015 Golden Globes, and Paul and Adam didn't exactly introduce themselves as you'd expect, though. After Adam introduced himself, Paul said, "And I'm Blake Shelton." Which is a funny joke. But yeah, and evidently you're right. I mean, they were like, when Men's Fitness did a photo shoot with Adam Levine, Paul Rudd was there. Really weird, man. There's a real bromance going on there that we don't know about. So odd. But so yeah, I don't know where the hell that history comes from. It's just really odd. So anyway, but now it's time to pick another show, Mike. It's time to pick the movies for next week.
So we're up to, somehow we have a bunch added, and we're up to 41 on the list.
I added a ton, and they're all good ones.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're all great.
No,
they're all
not.
Academy Award winning.
I see one on here, and I'm like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, I added a new one that McKenna insists that we have to watch.
So let's see here. 25.
Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Boone?
On Netflix.
Okay. And
hold on.
Yeah,
check and see if it's available.
Don't be surprised if you see a future movie with Adam Levine, Paul Rudd, and Jake Gyllenhaal, since Adam Levine and Jake have known each other since kindergarten.
Really?
Haven't found Paul Rudd's connection yet.
Boone the Bounty Hunter seems to be a parody movie and is still available.
Okay.
All right. Next one. 11.
Also on Netflix, Tracers. Oh, wait a minute. This is with the werewolf Jacob dude from Twilight, isn't it?
When a bike messenger falls into debt with organized crime, a sexy woman draws him into her high-stakes world of parkour, teaching him new skills. That sure doesn't sound like what you were saying, Mike.
No, but it does have the guy from...
Taylor Lautner.
Yep. That thing's been popping up in my recommended movies for at least a year now, and I've avoided it like the plague. Damn it.
You can't avoid it any longer, Mike.
Because of BMX Bandits. It's BMX Bandits' fault.
Okay, so I do have to point out now that we've picked. So Shaggy, you went in and added a bunch of movies.
Yep.
And I noticed that, and I went in, I saw one, and I was like, oh, wait a second. You added a movie that was already on the list.
Did I?
Yes. After moving everything up, number 26 on our list right now is a movie that I added, and you added it at position 33.
Okay.
Called The Last Movie Star.
Oh boy, that was okay. I remember that one. It's got Burt Reynolds in it.
Yes, so
we only need it in once.
Yes, I know. I was waiting to delete it until the show. I'm deleting it now. So technically, we only had 40 movies on the list.
Okay. Boy, wouldn't that have been a trip if we'd have selected it twice?
I was kind of hoping that would happen, if for no other reason than to point out something ain't right. But some of these that you added, like I'm just gonna go through. Like a couple of these are like actual real movies.
Well,
they're all real movies.
Like,
I didn't just make them up.
Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I moved to disqualify that because that was a legit theater release.
Was that also probably a bad movie? But
was that not one of the newer ones that we probably have not seen?
That is the latest one, and there's probably a reason I haven't seen it.
Were those not said to be horrible movies?
I don't know. I haven't seen any of them.
Another one, I Am Number 4.
I Am Number 4? Okay.
That was a legit real movie.
Yeah, that was.
It's got a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I didn't say it was a good movie. But that's one of those movies that it's a bad movie, but I think it's a great movie.
I never saw it, so I mean.
Now, guess who? Is that Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher, maybe?
You mean Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, or just Guess Who?
Just Guess Who.
Yes, that is Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher. And
finally, you said you were trying to add movies that would reward us because we had bad luck there.
Yes, we had a lot of bad luck.
And then you go ahead and add witless protection.
Well,
witless protection was so bad that it was the butt of a joke told by Gary frickin' Busey at the roast of Larry the Cable Guy.
We might as well watch North.
Okay, it has a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. How high can our scores possibly be? Honestly, I was looking, going, well, you know what? Beer for My Horses with Toby Keith wasn't too bad. So I wonder how possibly bad this can be with Larry the Cable Guy. I guess 4% is my answer.
According to...
I mean, it did only make back half its money. According
to Mr. Busey, he went to the video store to get witless protection, and they told him it was in the room behind the porn.
All right, if you want to get rid of that one, we can get rid of that one.
No, we'll leave that one on there, but I'm just making it known publicly that you added it.
Could it be worse than last week's?
That's a loaded question. Because I don't think anything could be worse than last week.
Well, then we can survive. We can persevere.
Okay, now, something I have to say about the one I added that McKenna suggested.
Okay. I don't even know what the name of it was.
It's Ashens and the Quest for the Game Child, which is on YouTube. So, here's the thing about this movie, Mike. One, it's a movie of British people. But...
Michael,
no, there's no but.
It follows under the exact same rule as the last time that we had a British movie. You said, well, it's a British movie, but at least it has Warwick Davis in it. And this movie has Warwick Davis in it.
That's...
It does have, according to IMDb, it has Warwick Davis in it. It also has a video. When I look up Ashes of the Quest for the Game Child, one of the first results is a movie, a YouTube video, how to watch Ashes and the Quest for the Game Child. Are there instructions we have to watch? Like,
I have no idea if there's supposed to be instructions. I do know there's a Kickstarter for a sequel.
Is this like Rocky Horror Picture Show where I have to have hot dogs at the ready or something? You know?
I think it's only actually been on YouTube now for like a week or two. So that probably used to have instructions on how to find it to be able to watch it. But now it's been posted up on YouTube so anybody can just watch it.
Okay.
Okay, I know that we said we weren't going to do any movie talk.
Uh-huh.
But damn it, I have some breaking news here.
Okay.
Star Wars Episode 9.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Billy D. Williams is coming back as Lando.
Oh. So cameo. Because he won't be in there long term. That's for sure. So it'll just be a cameo. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. All right. Let's see here. I think it's probably time for us to get the heck out of here.
Yeah, it's
20 minutes over. All right, folks, you've been listening to PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget that poll is going to be up for another 6 days, so make sure all your friends get their vote in. Is it under or over for toilet paper, or are they complete animals and just leave the empty roll on there? You can check out PTR Radio, ptrradio.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at PTR Radio on all those locations. We do small episodes in between the main shows, but our big show will be back on the 23rd is when our next show will be. So we will post up what movies we're going to be watching on our Facebook page so that you can watch them and let us know what you think. I know that the Blairs will be involved in that. So with that said, I don't have anything else going on before next time. So you guys got any appearances?
No.
Colin? Florida trips that we know about or anything?
Not for a while.
All right, folks. I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I am Mike the Ape Man.
See you guys in 2 weeks. Later.